Hello, this is Seven Phillips, and I'm here to talk about technology and how it affects our relationships, but really just to give you some reminders. So here's my checklist. Where's the line between the time we spend online and when we start actually spending time with the people in our lives? You might be surfing online in the evenings, you might work online, you might work from home, and really delineating when does one end and the other begin, because sometimes the line gets very fuzzy. Another thing is that with the handheld gadgets that we have in our lives, it's amazing. And also, I think it's appropriate to ask a new question, which is, when is it not appropriate to pull it out? And maybe it's a great question to ask our friends, just to ask, when is it not okay when we're having conversations, maybe prior to having conversations, and just trying to figure that out. Another thing is that, some of us are incredible multitaskers, and you might be one of these people, but none of you are good enough to be able to really be online and at the same time be present for somebody else when they're talking to you. So the best thing to do is to either put the computer down or just say to the person, hey, I'll be back in 10 minutes and when I finish this up, I'd love to talk with you. Just don't do both. Some people also suffer from edging on to that obsessive quality around being online and perhaps checking email or checking your Facebook feed. And we have to ask that question, are we kind of going there? And one way to kind of notice the quality of it is, does it have a mindless kind of quality to it? Like without a real purpose, we're just kind of rechecking that feed. And if it does, then maybe you do have to check this out. It could be a couple of times a minute, it could be a couple of times an hour. It's really up to you. But you can do is you can set some goals for yourself if this is the case. I only check it a couple of times in the morning, I only check it a couple of times in the evening, and maybe at these times during the day. Another thing I think we hear a lot about, especially in the media recently, is around texting and driving. And I've heard people say that, hey, I only do it when I'm at a stoplight or at a stop sign. I think a better question, though, is we need to ask ourselves is that, can this wait 15 minutes? And perhaps we're just getting used to something that isn't necessary and is also extremely dangerous. So if you kind of are pushing the line, ask yourself, is this something that actually could wait 15 minutes? And if it is, wait. The last thing I want to mention is that a lot of people come into my office who are dating or having new relationships, and so many misunderstandings happen around IMing or texting. And it's just best to kind of ease off that a tad. In the beginning of the relationship, at least, things feel a little cryptic, it's hard to read into it, or sometimes we have stories about how the other person feels, and we kind of just read into things. And so, of course, I'll be there at 5, that stuff's pretty straightforward. But when it comes to sharing your experience, and maybe deeper things, we might want to stray away a little bit from the texting and the IMing. So these are some of my suggestions. I bet you have some of your own. I would love to hear them, and I hope you enjoyed the reminders. Thanks.